You ever sit back and think, man, I really like to record this video. And then all of a sudden, a bot shows up on the block that you're on trying to record and just starts spamming their crazy RMT stuff. It happened like 4 times now, trying to start this video. What's up, YouTube? Chronos here, and welcome back to another PSO2 video. So in today's video, we're actually going to talk about alts. Alts are pretty much the way to passively make money in PSO2. It's the #1 way, in my opinion, to passively make money, but you can actively make money on alts as well. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of tricks that you may not have known about personally to take advantage of those alts. Now, not so much take advantage of alts in general, but more so take advantage of using your alts fairly quickly. Let's get out of this camera. Yes, use a regular camera. Thank you. So today's stream, actually, we had a pretty good stream today. So thanks, shout out to all the guys that showed up on today's stream. It was super fun. In today's stream, we actually leveled my other alts to 50, which is somewhere where you want to have your alts roughly for a couple of reasons. But first, we're going to kind of go over all the reasons that you really want to use an alt in the first place. So first off, for those of you guys who don't want to buy an extra mag, it's access to other mags. For example, I know some friends that are playing other classes on their alts. Now, granted, I'm not doing that for reasons I'll explain in a moment. But if you don't want to buy an extra mag for your main character, make an alt. Use that class on the alt. Might not be too bad. I mean, sometimes there's some people I know that, like, say they have their main character and they'll have their 2 alts. They'll have 1 mag on 1 character and level up all those classes on that character, and the other mag on another character and level up the classes that have to do with those. Since those buffs are are account wide technically, it works that way, so it works well for them. Might be an option for you guys that are kind of hurting when it comes to mags. Ooh, I had a weird feeling there. That was odd. Anyway, so other than that, you have the option for extra storage. Now, people are hurting for storage, free-to-play options. When it comes down to it, you're kind of limited on storage. Having an alt means that you can use it for extra character storage. So an extra 300 slots. I believe it's either 2. I think it's 300 by default. This character has increased, and we'll check it out just to make sure. But you get extra slots, so you can use those for your character storage. Outside of that, you get these actual interesting units we're going to talk about on another video. But per alt you make, you get this sub-weapon barrier unit. When you complete one of Coffee's client orders, she gives you one. These are actually pretty useful for actually leveling your alts that you're making. They're fairly easy to equip. You just only have to have 100 dex, which you should have almost by default. And as you see, I have 4 alts, or I'm sorry, I have 3 alts in my main, so I've got 4 of these, and they're fairly easy to equip, and they actually give you, some decent stats. They're not the best in the world, but it's something to start with. You got some HP, you got some PP, and you got some damage. Outside of that, you also get character rewards. When SEGA releases rewards character based, most notably the skill or the all skill reset passes, they give them to you based on, let's see if we receive campaigns, give them to you based on the number of characters you have. Every character gets 1. So if you have 3 characters, you get 3. Even though your alts don't need them, they kind of funnel into your main. So it's kind of nice for that. So every time a new one comes out, I will get 1 for every character I have. I've got 1 on ship 1 and 4 on ship 2, meaning I'll have 5 total reset passes, 1 on ship 1 and the other 4 on ship 2. So kind of nice there. And the most important thing is daily and weekly repeatables. So I've already done mine for the week, but as you can see, the weekly quests not only give a massive amount of experience, but also a massive amount of money. Roughly 2.2 mil per week, meaning that if I have 4 characters, I can make 8.8 mil a week. Now, some people take this to an extreme. They have 12 characters. They have maxed out their character slots. Granted, you have to pay for your character slots. It's roughly $5 per character. But if you can maintain those 12 characters, it's 2 mil per character. 2.2 mil per character. We're just going to round it to 2 mil because I'm really bad at math. Someone in the comments is going to give you the proper math for it. But 2 mil per character, 12 characters, 24 mil. Pretty nutty. What is that? 20? Actually, no, I'm going to try to do the math in my head. 2.2 mil. That's what, an extra 200k times 12 characters. What is that? 2.4 mil extra. So it'd be 26 points. Wait. 26.4 mil. 26.4 mil. There you go. 26.4 mil a week. Mostly passive. So fairly a lot amount of money, and that's just from the weeklies. That doesn't even count the actual daily quests. Now, your regular dailies don't give you a ton. Your daily missions kind of give you a little bit of experience, and you get some of these items here. They're pretty useful. They start to stack up pretty heavily. However, from FINA, you do have daily orders that change. They reset every single day with the daily, and some of these are pretty useful. For example, Circuit Tundra. Wow, I can speak today. Circuit Tundra gives you 121k or 121. Yeah, 121k. I really can't speak today. Wow, sorry guys. It gives you 121k just for completing Tundra exploration. Now, these I really don't worry too much about on my end, just because I don't want to spend a ton of time farming money all the time, but it's an easy way to passively make money. And if you're actively playing, you're looking for something to do, and all you want to do is farm money, these pop up every day. And it's a shill moment, but if you join my Discord, I do have a channel that's called PSO2 Urgents that also includes on the daily reset all of the dailies that pop for the day as well. So super, super useful. And in case I believe that you're from the PSO2 Fleet Discord, I think it might also be there too. So in case you don't want to sit in our Discord, you also have that Discord available to you as well, in case you already have that Discord open. So how do we take advantage of alts in PSO2? Well, the first thing I recommend personally, if you're someone like me, where I only have one character I'm really building into, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on making, alt gear. I don't want to spend a bunch of money on different sets of weapons, different sets of armors. What you'll find is all of my alts, they're all bouncers. They're bouncer hunters actually. So they all use the exact same gear that I have. They have the same mag that I'm using. And the way that I switch between them fairly easily is using loadouts. What would you like to do? To check out loadouts, I've got a loadout here for my main loadout, which is just my dual weapons. I've got some other loadouts here that I play around with, but this is my main loadout here. And I have this loadout way down here called blank. So I've got my main loadout and I've got blank. Now with these loadouts, what you can do with them is, let me go ahead and pull the chat log over. You can switch between them with a simple chat command. /ms stands for my set. This is kind of a leftover of JP. I'm not sure if there's an NA variant to this specific chat macro, but I'm just used to it from playing on JP. So /ms, if we were to type in /ms, let's say 2, I first off did the wrong thing. It's supposed to be no space. /ms2 changes my set, changes over to my, I believe that was my dual blades only set. /ms3 jet boots only set. /ms4 switches over to my fighter set. So as you can see, it switches things over fairly easily, but what's most important is I can do /ms18, which is my blank set, and it unequips all of my weapons. So now I can go into my characters. I can grab all these weapons, all these here. I'm going to toss them into, well, actually, I'm going to specifically toss, these weapons here into my default storage. Why my default storage, you might ask? These are going to go into premium because I don't use these on multiple characters. But my default storage is shared across characters. You can use premium if you want, but I'm not going to use the premium storage just so I can show you guys you don't need to have premium to do this. I'm going to toss this into default storage because default storage is shared across multiple characters. Let's toss this into premium storage. Cool. So shared across multiple characters. So what you'll notice is I have nothing in my inventory, right? My inventory is completely empty. Don't have any weapons, don't have any units. However, if I type in /ms1, all my stuff is equipped again. If we go into our inventory, we can see that all of our units are back. Everything that we have equipped is back. All of a sudden, we just have our stuff. Well, the cool thing about the loadouts in this game, I'm going to put this back down here now that you guys see how that works. The cool thing about the loadouts in this game are, if the item that you're using in your loadout is in your shared storages, it will pull it from the shared storage. So those of you who are quick to pick up on these sort of things might have realized exactly what I'm going to be doing here. So now, if we were to take /ms18, go ahead and toss these into our shared storage. They're going to put it in our default storage. Cool, got everything I need. And we switch characters, so back to the ship select. While we're waiting for that to finish up. Now, as you guys probably noticed in the bottom right hand corner, I don't have my usual character that sits here. I have my little mini mascot. This is Edge Grunty, by the way, for you guys who have been to my stream. You guys have seen him. He is what all of my my emotes for my stream are based around. So it was actually made custom by my artist. Kind of cool Cool little dude. I like him a lot. But anyway, we've got our main character here. As you can see, I've got 3 more characters. They're all on level 50. And as you can see, they're all bouncers. So what I personally do is I level more bouncers. Get them to around level 50. Now, granted, leveling an alt is actually pretty easy. A lot of the main mission stuff that you get experience for, they complete for free. And since I've done all my story stuff, I got all the experience from just getting the story stuff done from the main mission. So it leveled up my characters super, super fast. So if you haven't done the story, definitely is useful. But if we hop over to our alts, take a look at our alts loadout real quick. You'll notice I have a base loadout and a blank loadout. So if I go ahead and type in / my set 1, so MS1, all of a sudden I have my gear equipped. Now this character is ready to run through all of my dailies. Fairly simple, my dailies and weeklies, whatever I like to do. So it's pretty self-explanatory from there. You just run your dailies and weeklies. I wouldn't say you have to run your dailies as much as you run your weeklies for passive money gain. Again, I only have 3 alts. You get 3 slots, you get 3 slots total for free. So by default, you can passively make 6.6 mil a week. That stacks up. You can use that towards your fashion or maybe towards your weapon. When people always ask, how do you have so much money? Because I just save it. Now, granted, this is going to be the first week coming up that this is going to be ready. One thing to keep in mind is if your character is not level 50 at the time the weekly reset goes over, the missions that you have do not retroactively change. Granted, even if your character is not level 50, I think 40 still offers you a decent amount of Meseta. Level 20, I think, is kind of terrible. Not really the greatest, but it's still something. You'll still make some money on the side, so it's still worth doing, right? So if we look at this character, I still have some money to make on him. He was level 40 earlier this week. Actually, he was level 48 before I pushed him up to 50. So his missions aren't going to give me as much Meseta, but they are still worth money, and they don't take very long to do. Small things like make money or make Meseta to get more Meseta. This only asked me to make 100k. You could do something as simple as just picking up quests throughout the week. Something like Suppress Bar Lodos, which is level 51 and above, so it does require you to be level up a bit. But something like this gives you 250k. All you have to do is kill 1 enemy, and that mission's completely done. So it is a bit weird at first for like level 40 and below characters, but your goal is to get everything to 50, which is fairly easy to do. And it's fairly quick, and you're all good to go. Now, one thing to note, I am a bouncer, meaning I'm using a dex mag on all these characters, meaning they can equip most of my gear fairly early. Since it only takes dex, and a dex mag really is kind of overpowered for leveling, in my opinion. It allows you to equip a lot of gear fairly early. It might be worth just to have your ults if you're doing something like this, even if you are not playing with a mag that utilizes this as like your ultimate mag to use. You might want to choose to use a different mag. Remember, this is your ult. It's meant to feed your main. Now, granted, some people used to play on all their characters. They use their ults for playing different characters and things like that. I personally use my ults mostly for fashion, just to dress them up in stuff that I normally want on my main, but I don't want to mess around with my main too terribly much, right? So if I like other outfits, I just toss it on my ult. If there's another setup that I like, I put it on my ult. That way I can still enjoy it, but I don't have to mess with my main too terribly much. And that's really about it, guys. That is how you would really make money off of alts. There's a lot of other little neat tricks and tips and things of that sort. I recommend you guys check out the comments for that sort of thing. There are tons of people that have plenty of information about how they might make money on the side. Now, yes, this doesn't include leech strats for the marketplace and things of that sort. I'm not the type of person that plays the market. I'm the type of person that gets played by the market, to be honest. So I know of ways you can make money in that sort of situation, but the problem with that is the moment I share them with you guys, they then get publicized, more people do them, and it ends up actually being worse for everyone overall. So I recommend you look into those sorts of things on your own, figure out your niche and what you like to do, and exploit it to the best of your ability. Anyway, guys, if you do have any other questions, any other comments, any other tips, toss them in the comments below. This might be the last of the daily uploads. I know some of you guys are gonna be really sad about that, but I do want to make these videos a bit more informative. And when I start running into situations where I don't have much to talk about, the videos kind of get a bit bland. I'm not a really big fan of it. And as much as you guys say you want the daily videos, the analytics they don't lie. Not everyone really wants all of them all the time. So we're gonna try to make these videos a bit more useful, a bit more informative, not as super long. all the time, but trade that off, we might be experimenting with uploading some of the stream VODs and maybe streaming a bit more often. So we'll see how that goes on. Anyway, a like is much appreciated. It does absolve you of half of your ad block guilt, and it also helps the algorithm a bit. The other half of that ad block guilt absolution, dude, speaking today is hard. I guess streaming all day long really will do that to you. But the other half of that is subscribing to the channel. It helps you keep up with the videos, and both of these things are completely free. Thanks again for joining me on this one, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace out.